Okay, so relative strength. So, a bottom, it's basically where we're looking for the end of a downtrend and eventual reversal. So the bottoms, we only put in the bull calls and bull puts. We don't do long calls because sometimes these can kind of bounce around right on that at the bottom for a while, which leads those bull calls, bull puts do well with that. And that's just basically what the testing told us. So we always follow the testing. So the trade theory. So once it's hit that target 3 stock, that's our most aggressive target in state 8. That's where we say, okay, if once it hits this 3, and then we have the RSI cross above, show a bullish signal. So that's what we wanted to test, and we found that it was a profitable trade, and we'll show you examples of these. So our exact symbol, signals that we use is 14-day RSI crosses above 30. And, it has to have met state 8 target 3. So the quick explanation of these signals. RSI, it's a momentum oscillator. So obviously you can read here. So it goes between 0 and 100. And, there's a traditional overbought, oversold. So we just took the traditional oversold. And it crossing above. So it comes from below and goes above 30. So here's an example of British tobacco. You can see it's kind of in a downtrend here. And, it's kind of bouncing around here. And down at the bottom, we see this cross right here. And at this point, it had met state 8 target 3, and then it crossed above. So that was our entry signal for that trade. State modeling, Sean went through all that. So here's the trade that we want to, we're going to do one example trade for each one of these. Obviously, we have hundreds of them. We've tested. So we did all the testing from January 2007 to December of 17. And then, we started publishing these back in January of 18. So we're going to show you how they've done since 2018 up through September. So this trade here, British Tobacco came in on 8-4, and we had the bull call here. So you can see, obviously, there's the cross above, and then here's the state modeling snapshot. So British Tobacco, it went in on July 13th into state 8, crept down here. Finally, it hit that aggressive target, and not all of them do. I mean, the typical pattern would be for it not to hit that 3, but get close to it and then turn around. But this one did hit 3. And after it hit that 3, then once we got that RSI cross, that was our trade entry. So here's our trade entry. And then, it shows the following, like a couple months after. So here's our results. So our trade entry on 8-4, and it breaks it down by legs down here. We bought the, sorry, wrong one. We bought the 30 call for $455, and we sold, the 35 for $165. So it took us, a month and a half-ish for us to get our 25% profit on this. And it was never really in danger. It may have dropped a little here, but never really made any big move down towards that 30. And then the bull put, we sold the 30 and then bought the 22.5. Same thing, it closed a few days after. The big difference, these strategies are very similar. Some people like a credit. This risk is going to be to typically more than, well, I guess it'll depend. But sometimes the bull call will have more risk attached to it, and sometimes the bull put will. It just kind of depends, and really it's a preference thing. You know, I prefer bull calls. Other people like bull puts better. But it's basically the same strategy. You're looking for the same results. Any kind of sideways or upward movement, you're going to win as long as the stock doesn't tank. You know, it'll be a profitable trade. So this is overall day-by-day strategy results. So you can see when the market tanks, you know, obviously you get a little dip there. Overall, you know, nice and strong. You know, and like we tell all of our members, you know, your first step when you're doing, before you even look at the studies, is to decide market direction. And you can use state modeling for that, you know, your, or whatever, you know, method you want. But all of these are bullish trades. So if you're not bullish on the market, you know, I wouldn't be trading studies. But, you know, overall, obviously very profitable, but, you know, it can be susceptible, you know, when the market makes sharp drops. And, you know, similar for the bull put. Okay, any questions on RSI? See a lot of.
Hey, Josh, we had one question.
Yep.
Someone had asked, could you show how to access the study results from last night? So we have a couple ways, right? We have the email that gets sent out every night, and then you can also go in the platform and look at it on that section.
Yeah, so the one email, I don't think it comes to my actual work email, but in that slideshow before I showed you the email, so you can click on that and it'll take you right, you still have to log in. Or, you know, if you're in the system, you can go into the screener, stocks screener, or you can, this is the quick link up here for screener. So in the screener, you have your, on the left side there, you have your studies. And the other thing, you can go back in time. So this is our time machine. So you can go back to any date, you know, back to 2007. And, you know, do a different analysis, whatever you want. The studies, those will only populate back to 2018 when we first published them. But you can go day by day, and yeah, so they're in here each night after the system has done its processing. Okay. Any other ones, Sean?
No, that's all I've seen.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, so the next one, so I'm going from bottom up. So we're doing bottoms and we'll do deep pullback and then pullback.